Our swords are made from glorious Tamahagane, folded 1000 times, forged from 3 different grades of steel, and differentially hardened to maximize durability and strength. Ours use good steel. This place is full of heretics. Thank God I'm the only normal one here. Japanese fishermen after ending up on the coast of North America, pre-Columbus. Optimistic soldier. This onion won't make me cry. World War I lasted way longer than you thought. When the Japanese sink your ship by crashing a plane into it, but you can build a new ship faster than they can build a new plane. When history buffs discount the effectiveness of elephants in warfare. Pathetic. Modern weebs, I'm Japanese at heart because I watch anime. William Adams actually became a samurai, married a local, and literally changed his name to Miura Engine. Armies fighting foreign armies. Honor. Chivalry. Ransom. Truce and treaties. Armies fighting rebellion. Mercy. What mercy? Go to Bang World. Napoleon selling Louisiana for 15 million. Thomas Jefferson who just wanted New Orleans. World War I recruiters be like, yeah, he looks 18. When you believe in social Darwinism and you go extinct. So my daughter says you're a history fan. Yes, I love Neolithic and early human history. My room's the one on the left. Wow, medieval Burgundy is so cool. Gorbachev when Reagan asked if the USSR would help the US fight an alien invasion. What the hell, sure. North Korean history. 3 generations of dictatorships. South Korean history. Syngman Rhee's dictatorship. April Revolution. Park Chung-hee assassination. Insert Olympics here. More military coups, Gwangju uprising and massacre. More impeachments, democracy wins. When the Indian ambassador to USSR showed Stalin the map of India, Stalin pointed to Sri Lanka and asked, "What is the name of this tiny Indian island?" The ambassador said, "This is not an Indian island. It is Sri Lanka, an independent nation." Stalin looked puzzled. "Why? This is not an Indian island. It's independent nation. Zachum." How Lenin felt after helping establish elections in Russia, losing the elections, immediately couping the government, and abolishing elections right after. Mercury exists. Chinese alchemists. Who wants to live forever? Poor predictable USA always puts 50 caliber guns on their planes. Good old 50 caliber. Nothing beats that. African American slaves in Brazil were appointed as slave breeders to ensure continuous slave population. What lucky guy. 1968. I ducking hate you and hope you die. I will build real socialism. You're some pharmacist in the 18th century trying to prevent peasants from starving. Jail. Tsarevich Nicholas enjoying a nice tour of Japan. A deranged policeman with a saber. No guys, the Confederacy totally had better generals. Both sides' armies were led by idiots. The Union just started with slightly bigger idiots, but were better at replacing them. From Tito. Soviets are red, Slavs are blue. Stalin. If you don't stop sending assassins to kill me, I'll only have to send one to ducking kill you. I'm the dumbest man alive. I had the habit of lifting my helmet's visor with my pistol. You're clearly dumber. British Army, 1918. I have mastered the art of combined arms warfare. British Army, 1940. I forge a doctrine. The USSR. Make world's tastiest ice cream. All of Eastern Bloc is nostalgic for your ice cream to this day. They don't know my ice cream is better. Main reason to join/start a war. For money. For glory. To annoy the Brits. My kidnapper's returning me home after I talk about the Bronze Age collapse for 3 hours. In 2 million years you'll be shitting in a box of gravel. You'll clean it up. Ohrdruf citizens. Ohrdruf mayor. Americans. Ohrdruf concentration camp. Mongolia declaring war on Japan 5 days before they surrendered. Be like, why? Because duck you, that's why. Rasputin eating cyanide-laced cake for 2 hours. Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich and Prince Felix Yusupov watching Rasputin. Visible confusion. It's Nicholas calling the Ottoman Empire sick man of Europe. Ottoman Empire outliving him and his empire. The modern world. If Zoroastrians were willing to convert people. Thailand's 1941 declaration of war on the United States. I'll ignore that. Francisco de Orellana during the 16th century. I have found several large settlements in the Amazon. You must be joking. There's no way a large jungle could have that. Scientists in the 21st century. Through lidar, we can determine that Francisco was right. There really were large settlements in the Amazon. There are 3 Shrekses. Man, woman, East German Olympics winners. Genghis Khan wondering why he is in Utah getting irradiated. Norway, Britain, help. The Germans are invading. Britain acts like they weren't going to invade too. 2000 Dotcom bubble. Be like, owned several profitable businesses. Owns the URL umbrellas.com. I'll have a new coat of arms with an eagle on it. How original. A double-headed eagle. Daring today, aren't we? Russian nobles. Before Peter the Great. During the time of Peter the Great. The British stole Lars Islas Malvinas from us. My brother in Christ, Britain owned the Falklands before Argentina was even independent. I was only following orders. Several months later. Guilty. Death by hanging. Sorry, pal, I'm only following orders. Bismarck. Behold, a unified Germany. German people. I want colonies. Bismarck. In a minute. When your 3-hour trip to trade with the new white guys turns into a 6-month trip and now you're halfway around the world getting your head dunked in water and they tell you your new name is Digo. Every medieval/Renaissance scholar I research. I'm a philosopher, historian, astronomer, inventor, mathematician, lawyer, and man of medicine. Fight me. Experts today. My field of expertise are labor laws in Prussia between 1883 and 1891. Please keep your questions on topic. At least we are sure it wasn't aliens this time. It was the French. The British Crown doesn't offer retirement pensions to the Navy sailors, veteran sailors, and so began the Great Pirate Era. European monarchs, their daughters. What are you? A political bargaining tool. On green, countries where there is a law which forces the president to become the godfather of the 7th child of a family to prevent him from turning into a werewolf. I'm gonna sell my fish to the ducking Soviet Union. Look man, Iceland is a very strategic location, so just stop ducking around with fish, okay? Ptolemy, Pompey has been here. I thought you'd care to know. Caesar, oh, what did he say? Ptolemy, I had him decapitated. Now help me win this civil war. Caesar, listen here, you little shit. An ambassador after he opened the door and saw the monarch of France and conqueror of the Catholic League, Henry IV, on all fours and being right upon by his kid, Dauphin. The jail guards wondering who hell was this guy that's wearing an iron velvet mask and being transported from prison to prison in France for over 30 years. Down with monarchies. Vive la France. I'm moving into Versailles and crowning myself emperor. He said emperor not king. Huge difference. I'm making slavery legal again. I'm thinking about weaving silk with zero training. It's risky but maybe I'll do the same. I would advise against it. Reasonable black man. Reasonable black man was silk weaver resident in Southwark, London, in the late 16th century. Reading about Russian/former Soviet demographics. Why is this ethnic minority in such high concentrations in this random desolate place? Look up ethnic minorities history in Russia. Worst she can say is no. Mobilizes every one of 25% from its population. Ancestry.com. Is that Tinder? Medieval Spain in a nutshell. Your village is being raided by. When you need to tell the king that the peasants are rioting and the kingdom's been attacked, but he's cranking his hog for the 5th time this morning. Who would win? One of the most advanced militaries in all of Africa, funded entirely by massive amounts of oil wealth. One reliable boy. We gotta get out of this German prison, Mikhail. Kill the Christian, praise the pagan, advance socialism. No time for that, Mikhail. Hundreds of years of vaccine research. Andrew Wakefield's fraudulent paper. Romanian kids watching his dictator getting gunned down in live TV. Come outside, we won't jump you. A lone German sniper somewhere in the airstrip, ready to kill some ally soldiers that he can see. A trumpet music rang in the air for all to hear, even him. The sniper then remembers his fiancée. With his mind clear, he put his gun down and surrendered tomorrow morning to the Allies. Back in the old days, people weren't so sensitive about everything. People back in the old days. Fact. 99% of Nordic kingdoms quit before uniting Scandinavia forever. Give us stuff or else. Okay, fine. Give us stuff or no. Europe when the US doesn't join the League of Nations. Hold on. This whole operation was your idea. If you don't love me at my dream of fisherman's wife, then you don't deserve me at my great wave off Canagoa. Robert E. Lee was a strategic genius. Robert E. Lee was overrated. Civil War general. Was underrated and deserves more credit. Creates the Vandal kingdom encompassing much of North Africa, Sardinia, Sicily, and Corsica just like old Carthage. Repairs and expands Carthage city and declares it their capital. Creates one of the strongest navies of the 5th century. Brings back paganism to North Africa. Sacks and loots Rome, delivering a blow that would eventually lead to its collapse. Thank you. Who the hell are you? Ottoman sultans writing poetry in Persian. Safavid Shahanshahs writing poetry in Turkish. I made a bomb that might kill everyone someday, I dunno. Lol, okay, that one was on me, buddy. My men are dead and dying. The whole reactor is falling apart. Get me the ducking plutonium or I pay that pretty little wife of yours a visit. A black girl just trying to buy orange juice. Self-defense. The Cultural Revolution. This ducking sucks actually. Literal coolest thing ever. Bulgarian students failing school in 1937. The birth of Prince Simeon Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. British men in the 1900s when a woman hands them a white feather. Congressman Gary Condit realizing the woman in the news that is missing is the one he is having an affair. Oh shit. Why Napoleon lost to Russia. Internet historians. Overstretching of supply lines. Russia's scorched earth policy. Napoleon's arrogance. The Russian winter. Hearing that his mother was ill, Stalin visited her for the final time on the 17th of October 1935. According to an unpublished memoir of Gelads's doctor, the two had a short discussion about Stalin's position. Mama, do you remember our Tsar? Well, I'm something like the Tsar. To which Gelads replied, you'd have done better to become a priest. Mama, I became one of the most powerful men in the world. Should have been a priest. The US meat packing industry, when the president orders them to put the expiration date on their canned goods, they can't sell the public spoiled food anymore. I hate titans. Turns into titan. I hate gals. Turns into gal. I hate vampires. Turns into vampire. I will to the moment of my death oppose all royalists. Turns into King of Sweden. How the Indian freedom fighter Vinayak Savarkar felt when a British officer told him in 1911 that he would be sentenced for 50 years in prison for his revolutionary actions against the British Empire in the Indian subcontinent, to which he replied, "Will the British Empire itself last that long?" Mesopotamian kings naming themselves holy god emperor of the known universe after conquering 2 villages. Ancient names: Gilgamesh, Leonidas, Artaxerxes, Ptolemaeus. Modern names: Dave, Kyle, Bob, Tim. Historical figure: doesn't sleep with 200 different women and doesn't cheat on his wife. Historians. Historical figure: it says you're gay. According to Genesis, we all come from Adam and Eve, who had 3 sons. Think about it. Take all the time you need. Africa, the Middle East, the Balkans, etc. Poor, predictable insurgents always pick the AK-47. Insurgents since 1947. Good old AK-47. Nothing beats that. Genghis Khan dying to the Black Plague has the same energy as when the villain of the next arc kills the villain of the previous arc to establish that they are a bigger threat. People wondering why Alexander the Great stopped his conquest. Meanwhile his soldiers, after fighting for 11 years. I think I miss my wife. I hope to be in the arms of my Josephine in 10 days, who is always good when she doesn't cry and isn't coquettish. My idea of barbarians. The original definition of barbarians: all who aren't Greeks are barbarians. When the authorities in communist Romania can't prove that a convicted serial killer's father was behind multiple unsolved murders, but then remember they are a totalitarian dictatorship. Learning more about Patton. Learning more about Eisenhower. When some chud calls Nazis National Socialists, don't make me tap the sign. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak up for I was not a socialist. How gun historians be describing John Browning? A random soldier who killed a blacksmith for not repairing his sword on time. The beginning of the Rabid Rebellion in Al-Andalus. No, the Byzantines were just Greeks LARPing as Romans. My brother in Christ, the original Romans were LARPing as Greeks. China, 89 AD. At long last we have finally defeated the Xiongnu. Now they flee west never to return, or bother us again. 3,000 miles away. Holy shit. Oh look. It's a picture I took of you the first time I ever came here. Look at you, so young and happy. Where do the years go? Japan getting invaded by the Mongols twice. 2 once-in-a-generation typhoons. Hey medieval era, you bunch of perverted sadists. Hey Victorian era. Penetrating people in Iron Maidens with long hard spike. But that's not medieval. Sticking nubile young ladies into chastity belts. What? That is not a thing. Ramming these pairs of anguish up people. Dude, stop making shit up. Washington DC, 1905. Mr. President, we Russians are fighting the battles of the white race against Japan. Finns, Ukrainians, Lithuanians, Poles, Estonians, Latvian, a dozen more surely. Hey, what are you doing? Listing all the reasons why that statement is bullshit. Incoming arrows. Shield wall. We have to hold that bridge. Shield wall. Lately I feel life's been just too much. I've just been feeling down, tired and done. Sometimes I just sit and stare, unable to do anything, just mentally exhausted. Shield wall. Thanks guys. Sinking 7 ships at Pearl Harbor. Creating the largest navy in world history by building more than 5,000 ships between 1941 and 1945, including at least 1,200 major combatant ships. March 17th, 1905. Mr. President, thank you for attending my wedding with Alina. Well, Franklin, there's nothing like keeping the name in the family. Cousin, Uncle Ted. Sorry, I was channeling my mother's southern side of the family on that one. The visibly inbred, son of the heretic pharaoh Akhenaten, child king who died early. His tomb was unimportant and hidden under some builders' huts. Basically the only tomb that wasn't immediately looted, rediscovered unto shade over 3000 years later, becomes the poster boy of the entire Egyptian civilization. Tutankhamun. Success from suffering. The earth is degenerating today. Bribery and corruption abound. Children no longer obey their parents. Every man wants to write a book, and it is evident that the end of the world is fast approaching. Assyrian tablet, circa 2800 BC. It's so over Mesopotamia has fallen.